So, Insta360 or DJI, which one of these is the ultimate phone gimbal? Insta360, hands down. No two ways about it, no need to sit through a whole video to figure that out. This one blows this one away, end of story. But if you want to know why I think that way and see some of the differences between the two, you can stick around. We're going to go over both of these, kind of how they work, what I like about this one, what I don't like about either one, and then I'll tell you what is better than both of these and what needs to come out from DJI that would make these completely obsolete. So for all my regular viewers, yes, I know this is not snow recoveries with the track Jeep. It's not up in the mountains or off in the desert towing with the four-wheel drive wrecker, which is currently torn apart right now to get the boom cylinder rebuilt. It's not heavy duty towing with the big rollback. It's not camping, it's not outdoors exploring the desert. It's not making solar powered canoes that run forever and all that other stuff that I normally do on this channel, which now that I have said all that, I don't think this channel actually has a normal. I think it's just me filming the things I do, and that's what it is. But this is a far outside of a normal video for me, not my regular thing. But this is something I mentioned in a previous video, I think a couple months ago now. I mentioned that I had both style of phone gimbals, and if people wanted to see the differences between the two and which one I thought was better, and I totally blew that off thinking nobody would care. But since I said that, I very regularly gotten asked, hey, do you ever make that video, or do you ever have a review on those? Like, I want to know. Like, I was very surprised with how many people were actually interested in that, so now we're making that video. And I do need to say that this video is not sponsored by DJI or Insta360. Neither one of them even actually know I exist. These are things I have. They're both very well used and dirty and beat up. I've got a lot of time with both of them, and enough people have asked, so here we go. So in the different settings and different types of gimbal responses, they both have the same thing, whether it's, you know, tilt, lock, pan, follow, all that stuff. Both of them are same there. They have all the same options. This one you kind of have to look at the phone app to figure it out. Insta360 says it right here, so there's no guessing it. If you want to spin the camera around, Insta360 is very simple right there. That is my favorite feature of Insta360, and this is a DJI Action 3. This is what I film most everything with, and this is hands down the king of action cameras right here. So the cool thing about Insta360 that none of the others do, including the actual phone camera, is if I were to start recording, this is now recording, and in the middle of recording, I can press that button and change views while it's recording. That is hands down my knocking stuff over. My favorite feature of the Insta360 gimbal is that in the middle of recording, you can flip the screen the other direction. So me being by myself doing like vlog style recording of what I'm doing, a lot of times it's me talking to you in the camera, and then it's me showing you something in the camera. And it's either spin me around, spin the camera around, something like that. With any of the other ones, including Apple's own iPhone camera app, you have to stop recording, flip the view, start recording again. Or just turn the whole thing around, but then the screen of the view of what you're looking at is on the other side and you don't see the framing of it anymore. This one right here, that's actually still recording. Just hit the button, and in the recording it flips it back and forth. That is hands down my favorite feature about it. So we'll stop that now. On the DJI one, it will do that while it's not recording. Let's see that both of them are tracking me right now. So if I, yeah, they're both tracking. So if I start the recording on the DJI, it is, yeah, it's currently recording. If I hit that button, it says wait until shooting complete. So you have to stop the recording, flip it, start the recording again. And that's how you change front camera to back camera on this one. This one does it right in the middle of recording. That right there gives this one the win in my book, but there's quite a few other things that make this my favorite one, and this one just sit on the shelf. Okay, I moved over here to the truck so we didn't have that weird background of the sun coming through those boards. But one issue I have with the DJI, and again, I don't know if the OM6 does it or not because I don't have that one, but the camera or the phone will get out of level, and it'll just tilt to the side sometimes and be stuck like that, and you kind of got to twist it in the clamp to get it level. And other than doing the double tap to, see right there, it's not even level. That was supposed to send it back to level, but you see even the clamp is not vertical, it's tilted a little. So it's not the phone in the clamp, it's its own level gets kind of out of whack. And there's no way to adjust that other than trying to tilt the phone in the clamp a little bit, but that throws stuff off. With the Insta360 one, you've got your control wheel here, and on the outside you see how it's grooved there. You can just simply with your thumb adjust all your back and forth that you want. So if you want to tilt it for some reason, you can. If you want to correct its kind of out of whack, which it doesn't seem to get out of whack, but you can. Just like that, nice and easy. And of course, both of them have the joystick where you can, you know, change where they're looking. And then this one, you can tilt that way too. This one, you can change your up and down and side to side, but you can't do anything about the tilt. See, now I spun around, it's telling me phone unbalanced and may vibrate when shooting. Of just phone. Well, the reason you're not straight in the clamp is because you were crooked. Okay, I guess that made it happy, but it's not level. This one, I can make it whatever I want. Okay, so we're gonna do both of them have a similar tracking thing on them. You just look at them and put your hand up like this, and they start tracking you, and they both start recording and tracking. So I'm gonna put you guys behind them so you can see them working, and then we'll do that. Okay, so now we stand back, the camera's facing somewhat towards us. You do this with your hand, and both of them are supposed to start recording. Insta360 started and is tracking and is recording. The DJI is not. Your hand gesture's on. Okay, there it did it. Wow, that's noisy. All right, so Insta360 caught it the first time, DJI did not. Now both of them are tracking me and recording. And they work, they go up and down. And then if you do this, they're both supposed to stop. Insta360 stopped. DJI did not. Come on. There it goes. So Insta360 is definitely a lot more responsive. So now what we're going to do is we're going to spin both around so they're using the main cameras. Really? Why are you not doing things you're supposed to do? That's not what I wanted you to do. Come on. Alright, this stupid one is not doing what I want. I really did not think it would be this lopsided. So I'll just turn the whole thing around since it's not wanting to turn around on its own. Okay, so now we're to the front facing cameras. There's both of them started and locked on. And they do their thing, good. Now if I come back this far and try to turn them off. Okay. Alright, let's move on. Alright, so we're going to test their tracking really good. Why are you not? There you go. Okay, so both of them are recording and tracking me. And we're going to see, I'm wearing all green and camo at that, and I'm going to go where there's a bunch of green and tans and camo colors and see what they can do. So this far away, looks like both of them still got me. Now the big thing about the Insta360 is its AI recognizes me and will follow me even if I go behind something. So a lot of times I'm hooking up vehicles and stuff like that. I walk around the other side. Look at that. Insta360 caught it. It's following me around. DJI is completely lost. It lost me as soon as I walked around there. And now when I walk back by it, Nothing. If I get back in front of it, no, it's lost. But, oh, I just turned off the Insta360. Come back. There we go. So that is one of the huge advantages for me. Oh, no, DJI picked back up. Is this one, the Insta360, the Flow, Insta360 Flow, that's what it's called. It has this AI stuff that recognizes an individual person, and when you walk behind an obstacle and come out the other side, even a completely different spot, it picks that up and gets back on you and follows you instead of just losing you. DJI does not do that. It also does that same thing if there's multiple people and you walk past each other. It will recognize the correct person and continue to follow that correct person. Far better tracking system in this one. Okay, both of you stop. Cool. So, controls are better on Insta360, tracking hell of a lot better. There's just no two ways about that. But I'd say probably one of the most important things is convenience of use. How just convenient and easy is it to use the thing? Because let's be real, the whole reason we're filming on our phones and not some full frame lens, everything actual camera is for convenience. So if it becomes inconvenient, it then becomes pointless. So I left both magnet clamps on the phones. I do like the Insta360 one better. It opens up quite a bit wider to grab the bigger phones like this easier. So this is the Insta360, how you would packet carry it. That is super easy to stick in your pocket, stick in a backpack, a bag, whatever, and that's everything you need right there. This clamp is so thin you can leave it on your phone if you're going to be back and forth shooting with it or just using it as your phone, and it's totally not in the way. Easy to use. So say you want to get up and going with Insta360. I don't know who you are, I'm not answering. So you're ready to pull out your phone, set up your gimbal and start filming something. The Insta360, you just pull it out of your pocket, your bag, whatever, flip it open, it automatically turns on, goes straight. Your phone automatically says flow detected, tap to start filming. Tap it, put your phone on, and you're good to go. You want to film in vertical, it's in vertical. Switch it to horizontal, switch it to facing towards you, whatever you want to do. It's that quick, that easy. It automatically turns on, automatically connects to the Insta360 app on your phone to record with. You don't have to do anything. The other cool thing about it is when you just set it down, it turns off. It doesn't freak out and sit there and try to be a gimbal that's straightening itself. It gets the like, hey, I got set down. Take a break. So if I'm filming something and want to set it down to do the job I'm doing, no big deal. Set it down. When I'm ready to go, pick it up, double tap the trigger, and it goes right back to the exact setting I had it on. Super fast, super convenient, super easy. The other thing about it, say I want to set it on the table. Out the bottom right here, this pulls straight down, makes for a bigger grip for someone like me with bigger hands. Want to set it on the table, flip these little feet out, open it up, there's your tripod. Done with it, close them up, put it all away, pop your phone off, automatically turns off, you're done. So, DJI on the other hand comes with this nice little case right here. Open it up, everything's in there, laid out super nice. What it does have, it has this phone clamp that has a light built in, that is handy, but you've got your phone clamp already on there. You got to pull this out, twist that open, flip this up this way, then attach your phone, and now you've got to power it on. Now you've got to swipe up, go to your DJI app, start your DJI app, and then now we're finally ready to go. We can do all our different things we want to do with it, but that took a bit. Okay, want to set it on the table or on the whatever so I can go do my thing and the tracking films me. There's nothing there. Then you got to get out your tripod piece, screw into the bottom, then open it up, and there. Now you've got your tripod. But when you're not using the tripod, but you don't want to like unscrew it and put it away, you now have this big thing. instead of that folding right up inside of there. And also, so I want to set this down and go hook up a vehicle, do whatever, to come back and pick it up. If I set this one down, it freaks out and tries to keep straightening itself out, and then it flops all over and does a bunch of weird stuff. It actually has flopped itself right off the hood of a vehicle and dropped my phone on the ground. It keeps trying to be a gimbal. It doesn't get that it got set down. Take a break. Convenience wise, Insta360 wins. Now don't get me wrong, this is good. This is a very good gimbal. It works very well. This is just so much better. Now time to put it away. Of course, you saw Insta360. You just literally done. Okay, pop the phone off. Oh, I didn't power it off. Stop. Okay. This has got to fold over. This folds up. This folds over. This goes into that there. Fold this down. Unscrew that. Put back in there. Flip that around. There. Where are you going to put this in your pocket, or you would have to have a backpack or something to put this in? And this is so like floppy that way that you wouldn't want to just stick this in your pocket. Phone again, sorry. I mean, you can, but it's gonna do weird stuff. This one is like just self-contained, locks in place, good to go. But in the beginning of the video, I told you there's something that is better than both of these as far as like vlogging and all that. It doesn't have the tracking feature, the auto tracking, but when it comes to convenience, ease of use, and just making life easy for quick grab and film stuff, these are out. This right here, this is basically what I started my YouTube channel with when I actually decided to like make it a channel. Other than just posting a few video clips on my phone. The first ever videos I ever made were filmed with this guy right here, and it is still my favorite camera. This is the DJI Pocket 2, and it is a little gimbal that does 4K and all that stuff. Got the little screen right there. It's got microphones all the way around it that you can choose which direction they're going, and it is the handiest little thing ever. It's got all the different types of follow modes just like those other ones do, but it is so tiny. And if you want to flip around, flip around. You want to switch between video and photo, one button right here. These two buttons here, joystick right here, you can zoom, you can pan, you can change settings, tilt lock, all kinds of stuff right here with just your thumb. Handiest thing ever. Now, one thing I like about this camera a lot is if I want to start the camera facing me so that I can talk to you guys while I'm filming something, I use this button right here on the side to start it, and it flips around, faces right at me, hit record, I'm talking to you. Shut it back off. If I want to start the camera facing away from me to show you what I'm doing or something coming up or anything, you just hold the button right there on the front of it, and it turns on straight forward, and now it's pointed ahead so I can film something up there and show you guys. I want to flip back and forth, tap 3 times, and it spins around back and forth. This is my favorite camera I own, hands down. Then what makes this thing even better is this part right here is actually an extension. I can't remember what they call it. It's creator kit, whatever. It's got 1/4 thread at the bottom. You want to add any accessories, put a tripod on it, any of that type of stuff. You're not important. Mic input on the side right there, all that stuff. But it's also a wireless receiver for this wireless mic right here that is paired to it. So I can be wearing this mic here, and it automatically pairs this audio to the camera, syncs it in the footage, done deal. So this little camera, great. Hands down, my favorite camera. Very, very durable. This thing is years old now. I've even dropped it gimbal side first into a cup of ranch dressing that went about that deep, and it sat in it. Still works fine. The SD card is just right there on the side. You don't have to disassemble or take anything apart to get the SD card in and out. Super easy. What I would like to see different here, and DJI, if you're watching this, you're probably never going to see this, but if you are, Listen to this part, because this is what we all want. All of us who have ever used this thing, welcome to life as a towing company owner. Any of us who have ever used the Pocket 2 wants the Pocket 3. We've been waiting for it for years. And what I would like to see in the Pocket 3, this same super small, convenient, stick in your pocket, stick anywhere size of the thing, but a fold out tripod setup like the Insta360 has, where it just pops out, opens up, and you can set the thing down. The auto tracking feature, just like your gimbals do. There's no reason that couldn't be in here, and that would the tripod and the auto tracking would make this amazing. Actually, what you should do, see if you can talk to Insta360 and you guys work together on their auto tracking, because it is far superior, and your guys' camera hardware, because it's far superior. Put them together, make the Pocket 3 fold out tripod, auto tracking feature, maybe a little bigger screen, doesn't have to be much, you don't really need it that bad. And then one thing I would really love is make it automatically pair to the DJI mics that are currently out there. Yeah, it's cool that it has its own, but if it paired to those where you have 2 channels of the DJI mics that most of us already have, make it where you don't have to attach the receiver to it, make it just automatically pair into the camera. And then what could probably be done, even in a firmware update for this one and the Action 3 that I'm filming on right there, make it so when we have the wireless mic go into the camera, the wireless mic is recording to, say, the left channel, and the camera's onboard mics are recording on the right channel. If the wireless mics could record to one channel and the ambient sounds of the camera can record to the other, that way you get like a natural sounding thing but can still hear the voice of what you want clearly. Absolute winner right there. So please, DJI Pocket 3, we need it. If you get the Pocket 3, I'll get rid of all of this other stuff. That is what I will be filming everything with. This still, at all these years later, is my favorite camera I own. We're ready for the next one. But back to what we were talking about. The phone gimbals. Insta360 wins. The other thing I forgot to mention is, see the USB-C right there? You can actually plug into this and then to your phone with a short cord and be charging your phone off of the battery inside of this while you're using it. Another handy feature about this one. But out of these two, both are good. This is not bad by any means. This one's just better. And also, to be fair, this is the OM5 and they currently have the OM6 out, which I don't have and haven't tried. I'm sure it's better in some respects, but I know the tracking is not as good as this one. So this one is basically retired. This is the one that replaces it, but this is still my go-to favorite little gimbal I've ever had.